Hey, yo, I'm Travis. This is Josh. You're on the Wicked Bitter channel, and you're watching Dropping the Elbow, dude.
Oh, yeah. Dig it.
We ain't got a limit, ballin' like a scrimmage. Pushing up and rented, and you know it's tinted. I'm just waiting on a call, cause we know you finished. Whole team about to get it like we want to pin it.
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
Welcome back to another edition of Dropping the Elbow on the Wicked Bitter channel. First of all, before we get into everything today, we want to thank everybody for watching and clicking this video. If you've clicked this video, you're already one step ahead of everyone else. So why don't you go ahead and hit like, subscribe, share. The more likes we get, the more the algorithm for YouTube, all that, I don't know how all that stuff works. I'm not sure. But I do know that if you get more views and likes, this will pop up for other people who also like AEW and wrestling related content. So I don't know. Let's just get it around. Let's share it out there. You know what I mean? The more the merrier. We want you to be part of our faction here at Wicked Bitter Dropping the Elbow. Anyway, let's get into what happened. We have another week's worth of AEW Dynamite, last night's episode. I really liked last night's episode. Did I say last week?
Said last week.
Last week. I meant last night's episode. Last night's episode was fantastic. I really enjoyed it. The whole Brian Danielson versus Daniel Garcia was kind of like a cool added thing in there last second.
Yeah. I feel like this week, this episode was like it was a good episode, but it's not one of those ones where they went over the top with,
right?
Which I actually like, because like you're gonna have those episodes.
Yeah.
Not everything's gonna be spectacular,
right? But
like there were still good matches. Brian Danielson and Daniel Garcia put on a good match. You had the tag battle royal. You had Jade Cargill, still undefeated, 28-0, and apparently her next opponent is gonna be Tay Conti.
Dude,
Tay Conti.
Tay Conti. So speaking of that, it's crazy because as I was watching with T, Josh and I typically don't watch together. So I was watching with T yesterday, and after Jade won, it showed the graphic of 28-0, and I was like, damn, this is like Goldberg, like right here. This is like turning into a Goldberg situation.
Goldberg chance.
Did you? I think maybe I was talking over it or something, but I was telling her, I was like, yo, this is like Goldberg when he was in WCW. And T, who doesn't know, she's my girlfriend, and I've gotten her into wrestling, so she's not familiar with a lot of things that happen, in the 90s and stuff like that. So I try to explain as much as I can. I'm like, yo, this is like a Goldberg type of situation back in WCW, and
he was like 178.
Yeah, something crazy. But then like Jade gets on the mic, and then she actually legitimately says, "Who's next?" And I'm like,
yeah.
I'm like, this is like Goldberg all day.
Yeah.
So so when she said that, kind of cool, like you said, Tay Conti song hit, and I was like, oh, here we go, we get into it now. I mean, you know what I mean?
It's a shame that
because of what?
Probably gonna
Inevitable.
lose, but
I don't know. I feel like if there's somebody who's believable that could take it from Jade, I feel like it could be Ty.
I'm hoping that there's a Anna Jay interference or something like that
to help her win.
Yeah. Then you have Smart Mark.
So. Yeah. So here's the thing. I've been on board with Jade since pretty much day one. I'm not saying she's the best in the ring, because she's not. I mean, but I do think she's gotten better week after week. You know what I mean? I feel like she is getting a little better, slight improvements here and there.
Now, what makes you think she's gotten better?
Just the way she actually moves in the ring, because a lot of and even it happened last night. It was kind of awkward. Some of the moves that she when I mean moves, it's not her actual moves that she does. I mean her actual
movement.
Her movement, awareness, getting into like position, and like I feel like I forgot who did she face last night. I forgot the name of
it
was Bunny. Yeah, so she went to go like I guess throw Bunny against the ropes, but Bunny was like falling down onto the mat.
Yeah,
and like she just had her arm, and I was telling T, I was like, look, see, this just doesn't look right. She ended up like spinning her arm, doing like a wrench or something. I'm like,
But then again, I feel like Bad Bunny is not as great either. So I mean, that felt like that was just a disaster. I don't know.
Were you talking about Bad Bunny or Bunny?
I said Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny. I was like, Bad Bunny did fantastic, dude.
Yeah, he's actually better than Jade.
He did great. Yeah,
in my opinion. But yeah, Bunny's not that. I don't think she's that great in ring anyway.
That didn't really help matters much. But I feel like Ty is one of the more notable people as far as the women's division goes in AEW. Better. Yeah, she for sure.
Yeah.
And so if Jade wins, I won't be surprised. But if Ty wins, I mean,
it was kind of funny when Ty went on the mic, like before she talked. I was like, here we go. Like I feel like she
Test
knew that
number
too.
one.
I feel like she knew that too because like her
Well, she
English isn't that
paused.
great. Yeah. Like she was on there. She was like, let me think. Like, you know, because her English is not that great, but it's gotten a little bit better.
Yeah.
All you gotta say is bring it, bitch.
Yeah, and everybody's going, oh, yeah.
She said, baby.
Yeah.
No, but you know what I found funny, though, is when she got into the ring and she got face-to-face with Jade, I thought it was such a freaking... She big-sistered her, man. She kissed her on the forehead.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I was like, no, that was perfect. I mean, that was really cool, but yeah, it's a cool little rivalry. You think that's happening at Revolution? I feel like it would,
It
right?
would.
Yeah.
They were lining up a whole bunch of matches. They were announcing
Yeah.
a lot of
Oh,
matches.
my God. I can't wait for that pay-per-view.
It's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, in that short amount of span, though, between Ty Conti and Jade's rivalry up until Revolution, I could see now how maybe Jade will win because it hasn't had that much of... It's not going to have that much of a build-up to it. So, I mean, maybe Jade will win, but who knows?
So after that, well, I don't even know if it was after her before, but I know there was another thing that happened on the show, and it was Bryan Danielson. Obviously, he faced Danny Garcia.
Yeah.
And then 2.0 came out, but then Moxley came out, which it looked a little hectic.
At the end, right?
You get here.
Yeah.
You're dragging one arm. You're dragging one arm, and he was throwing someone else out. But anyway, after all that, it was we have a Moxley versus Bryan Danielson at Revolution.
Bro.
But this is my question for that is, who was gonna win that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Who's gonna win between the two?
Man, so I wonder if it will go time limit, and neither one of them win. I don't know. But I'm excited about the pairing of Moxley. And we talked about this before on this channel.
You don't think anyone would kind of sabotage the match, maybe?
Maybe the 2.0 guys, maybe. And maybe Garcia holds them off. I don't know. But
Wow, that'd be good.
That would be cool. Like, I mean, the guys that Brian and Mox have, well, it was basically Brian who's mentioned it. Like, Daniel Garcia is one of them. And Moriarty.
Yeah.
I always messed up that name.
Yeah.
But he's another one. He did really well against Brian, too. So I'm like, if you get these four dudes together, I mean, it can only get better from there. And I feel like that'd be a cool looking... Garcia is almost like Brian. And I don't want to compare like that. But, I mean, he is more of a technical-based wrestler.
Yeah, his wrestling's good.
I'm not saying he's on the level of him, but...
His wrestling's good.
I can see where it kind of reminds him of a little
It's
bit.
more than good, actually. I would call it great.
Yeah.
But it's like, I don't know, something about him is just like,
Yeah.
I'm not buying it, man. I don't know. He's just
Maybe
like,
this is what he needs.
maybe. I don't know. He just tries to act a little more tough than I actually think
Yeah.
he is.
Yeah.
Which throws me off.
A little bit, yeah.
But I can't wait for that. I can't wait for
Dude, what a pay-per-view.
Moxley and Bryan Danielson. I can't wait for Revolution.
Yeah. Another thing, too, is Eddie Kingston and Jericho.
I was gonna bring.
I
that
mean,
up.
what'd you think about that promo? I liked what they got into. Some subtle shots, Jericho said something. He was bringing up Cody, his match against Cody, and instead of saying Cody's name, he just said, what's his name or whatever. And I feel like a lot of people took it as like a shot at WWE. I felt like it was more of a shot at Cody. You know what I mean? I don't think Jericho was really poking fun at WWE.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they both had their shot. Talking about WWE's headquarters in Stanford and
It's all
sports
the time.
entertainment.
It's
yeah.
all the time they
I
do
mean,
that.
It's a little old for me. The shots at WWE.
At this point, it's just little flicks.
Yeah.
It's not really a huge blow anymore.
Just concentrate on your own thing.
It's
They
like a
got
poke.
Yeah, they got their own thing going. Like just
Yeah.
leave it alone. You know what I
clearly
mean?
you're the better brand. So,
Obviously.
but
I-
Jericho and Eddie Kingston though, I will say that like clearly I kind of lost. Like it was good, but like I'm losing it because it's like I know Jericho's forcing the heel on this match so hard.
Yeah.
Like, I know what you're trying to do. Like I feel like a lot of people did. Some of the things they said were true. I don't know why Jericho had to bring his family into it. Like it was kind of weird.
I think that's like what you said. He's trying to get the heat. He's trying to be a heel.
That's why I'm saying like
Yeah.
he's trying too hard to bring
Because he knows that's easy.
Yeah.
That's,
Like he probably asked him like before the promo, like, "Hey, what's up with your uncle? What's up with your father? Can I use that?
Yeah.
I need to get some heat, bro." But I feel like that's what it was.
yeah.
Eddie Kingston, if I don't feel like no matter how hard he tries to be a heel, he just won't. Everyone loves him.
He gets some of the biggest pops every week when he
Yeah,
comes out,
everyone
and it's
loves him.
crazy, dude. Like, I mean, I love Eddie, but it's the whole thing about the whole bringing up the family thing. Jericho's done that before with Punk. You know what I mean? I think it's because Jericho is so. This shows how good you are, that people love you. Where I feel like if you start bringing in family and attacking that part, it's like the almost guaranteed way to get people to get against you. You know what I mean? And I don't know about I can't predict this match. Does Eddie win at Revolution?
I would think, all because I've been hearing that Jericho's going to take some time off
Okay.
for his band, so
Yeah,
maybe
Okay.
Eddie does beat him, maybe with the help of Pride and Powerful.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I'm thinking just WWE things now.
Yeah.
Where, like, it just can't be a clean finish.
I think it's going to be a clean one for this
Yeah.
one because either way, too, because even if Jericho wins, like we talk about this all the time, you can still get someone over even if they lose. You know what I mean?
So you're telling me that both Inner Circle, which is left of it, Jake Hager and Sammy Guevara, and Pride and Powerful are not going to get involved in that match?
I'm not saying that. I would like them not to because I don't know what their goal is, right, doing this. I would think that they're trying to make Eddie a main event guy. And I feel like if you're trying to do that with Eddie, you got to have him win clean over Jericho. You know what I mean? But,
Do you really
but who knows?
I don't really see Eddie as main champ.
As far as
though.
popularity, yes, because everybody loves him. But the other things that go into it, superstar power,
It'll
and I
probably be
love it.
short-lived.
Yeah, and I love Eddie, but it's just I could see him being more of a main event guy than some others. I guess.
I mean, like, speaking of that,
he can talk too.
yeah. But speaking of that, Hangman Page.
Yeah.
How do you feel about his title reign
See,
so far?
I've been a little rough on it. I don't think we've talked about it much on the show, but I feel like his reign has been a little lackluster for me. I feel like this is like the first one, other than when he actually beat Omega for the title. I feel like this is the actual first match that I care about of him defending his title. You know, and I'm glad that they finally did something meaningful with him and Adam Cole, because before it was a lot of just like attacking from behind or after the match, or it's just cheap stuff. And I'm glad that Page came out and actually looked like a badass out there. He took out Cole's buddies, and then he cut a promo. He sat down on the chair in the ring. I'm like, all right, here we go, right?
Yeah.
And then Cole, when Hangman was beating up Cole's friends, Cole comes out from, slides in the camera frame and super kicks him. I'm like, this is all right. Now we're getting somewhere. You know what I mean? So I thought that was pretty cool.
It's going to be a great match.
Yeah, man, I can't wait.
Of course, I'm going to want Adam Cole to win. But, at Hangman Page, I feel like his matches are just a little, like, they're good. They're great matches.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the stuff he brings with, his title reign, I'm just not feeling it. Like, I feel like the best AEW champion so far was probably Omega.
I agree with that. Yeah, even though
And
Moxley had a dominant run, I would say the same.
Omega is just, he had so much with it. He
Yeah.
had the Elite.
Yeah,
People, like, he was sneaking in wins. Like, not to mention that he was, like, on Impact and there was another championship he won. AAA?
AAA. Yeah,
He was all over the place.
I mean, correct us if we're wrong, but pretty sure it's AAA.
Pretty sure it was AAA.
Yeah. See, the thing is too now. I like where they have this because it's like a weird. Everybody's connected. Like the Bucks used to be friends with Hangman. Hangman used to be friends with Omega, and then now you got Jay White in here. Like, I mean, it's just like everybody's in this one little.
Everyone knows each other.
Yeah, and I'm just waiting.
Been with they fought in the ring with, but I kind of like it in a way.
Yeah,
and I like it how they're handling
because
it.
there's so many ways you can go.
I like how they're handling it because
Yeah.
you didn't automatically throw Page with the Young Bucks and all like
Yeah.
It's like they're doing it like kind of I like how I feel like it. I think it's kind of obvious, but like Cole's eventually going with Red Dragon.
Right.
And Omega's going to come back.
Be with
I'm
Bucks.
hoping that Adam Cole beats Adam Page for the championship. Omega comes back, challenges him for the championship, and then it starts an Elite and Red Dragon.
I would love that.
A feud. That's what I'm hoping for.
That see, that's what I'm thinking too. Or like we said, everybody's so connected. Omega could just come back and face Page too, and it would still all make sense, And then you got Jay White in there who's going to throw everything off. I mean, I love that. Throwing everything off in a good way, but like he's involved too. You know what I mean? And
that's another thing though. We forgot to like mention that like AEW over the past few weeks have picked up Keith Lee, Jay White, and now Buddy Matthews. The last episode of the recent episode of AEW, Buddy Matthews comes in, and part of me was kind of like, oh, don't join Malachi. You know why? Because their matches
I know.
are
I thought the
so
same
great.
thing, dude.
They're so great.
I was like, oh man, because I was telling Tia about that too.
Yeah.
She's like, who's this? I'm like, oh. I was like, he used to be Buddy Murphy. He's Buddy Matthews now, and I was like, man, him and Black have freaking bangers of matches, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, so good. But I mean, it is cool that he's with them, though. I mean, that's who was the blurry guy in the background of the vignettes from last week. And I had a feeling, but I was just like, who knows?
At first, like from the distance, I thought it was Pac.
Yeah.
I thought it was Pac.
Yeah.
But I guess it was freaking Buddy Matthews. But,
Love that.
On top of that, let me just say that we saw Keith Lee a little bit. But he's not really doing much.
Bro, go ahead and say what you say. I gotta say something about it, but go ahead.
Okay. So Keith Lee, big signing. He's not really doing much right now. I know he just kind of started, but still, like, come on, throw him in a match or something like that. Not just one.
Yeah.
Also, Buddy Matthews, he's now coming in, and let's hope they do something with him. They brought in they brought in Tony Nese. Tony Nese is another guy.
Dude,
he's nowhere to be found.
I know,
There's so many people that they're bringing in, and we're just like, we're not seeing them unless you watch Dark. Maybe you'll see Tony Nese.
Yeah.
But I love the guys that they're signing. It's just we're not seeing them.
That's my issue. I was about to say, like, I had something to say about it. That's what it was. Keith Lee came back. Cool debut. You know what I mean? And then the following week, he's nowhere to be found. He does a backstage vignette. And then now this week, he does the same thing, a backstage little interview with Tony. You know, and then Jay White, he wasn't anywhere at
Jay
all.
White's another one.
He wasn't there at all this week. Like, no backstage vignette, no promo, no interview, nothing, no match, nothing. And I'm just like, dude.
He's slowly just making a name for himself on, like, Rampage and everything.
But see,
not on Dynamite.
that's hard to do, though, because a lot of people don't watch Rampage.
Yeah.
Dude. Like, I think their numbers last week were... And I'm not somebody who cares about the numbers. Like, honestly, I just love AEW. I just love watching it. I don't care if other people are watching it. If they're not, whatever. If they beat WWE, I don't care. I just love it. And people are saying... I saw that it was like 400 and something last week, 1,000 that watched Rampage. I'm like, that's super low. But but it's like, that's like what I had a problem with Adam Cole. You know what I mean? He would be beefing with Page on Dynamite, but then Cole would wrestle on Rampage. I'm like, dude, no, you got to have, this is your main title, your top thing. You got to have Cole on Dynamite wrestling in front of a larger audience. You know what I mean?
It's more like just like, I feel like it's kind of just like boosting their records a little bit.
Yeah. But I mean, at some point, though, we got to get people in front of, you're trying to sell AEW. Viewership, pay-per-view
So
tickets, merchandise.
He's on the main championship.
Exactly.
Why not put him on the main
That's going to be the main event, I'm assuming. So who's going to be like, what has Cole done lately? I haven't watched Rampage. All I watch is Dynamite. You're not going to know what Cole has done if you're just watching Dynamite.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's what I'm saying. This week I was glad that they actually looked like they were doing something with it. You know
also,
what I mean?
what are the Danhausen?
That's another one. He might be still hurt. But my whole thing about that was if you were going to bring Danhausen in, which is awesome because I love that guy, but if you were going to do that and he's injured, at least keep him off TV the whole time, but have his contract there so that when he's ready, he could just pop up. Instead of just having him pop up, dude, because if you don't know who Danhausen is and you're not a fan of him or whatever, you have no idea what this guy's about. Or you don't hear him talk, you don't hear him do promos, no vignettes.
I watch with Christy, and like sometimes he pops up, she goes, who the hell is that guy? Like, is he a wrestler? Like, he wrestles. Like, just give it time.
Yeah, if you're not,
he's just over here cursing people.
If you're not super involved, where you watch his vlogs on YouTube or other people's vlogs that he's in, or just clips online, you're not going to know who he is and what he does and what his character is and all that kind of stuff. That's why I was just like, dude, it was kind of pointless to have him just show up that 1 week and then now he comes out with best friends and he still doesn't talk. Like, you got to put him on commentary, backstage interview, something. You got to get something from him so people can get invested.
I mean, it's weird. I like all the signings and everything, but it's like all of them were, I feel, for me, I don't know if this is kind of like a good outtake on it, but I feel like they were complaining about part-timers.
Yeah.
But, like, technically there are part-timers right now.
They all basically are, yeah.
Because they just show up once and they don't wrestle.
Go away for 3 weeks.
They have a little backstage promo. They don't really wrestle. So,
yeah.
I don't know. I guess I get it why bringing them in. It's drawing eyes or whatever. It's a good pop. You get a good pop from everybody and everything. But, you know, we're just not really seeing money of them. So,
yeah. It's hard to. I always say they should, because a lot of the weeks they just cram everything into 2 hours. Like, we're going to go here, then we're going to go here, then we're going to go here, and it's like, dude, it's too much. I understand you're trying to get everybody in there, but it's just too much. That's why I feel like if they were to expand to 3 hours, I feel like they would still put on an amazing show for 3 hours where people are actually still invested because they have so much there to work with. Yeah. And because WWE's version of doing 3 hours is they fill it a lot with like talking and like Miz TV, Kevin Owens show, and Cutting Edge, and I mean all that
trivia games with Alpha Academy.
I think AEW would do is, instead of those long segments, they would give people longer matches or more matches. That way you can fill in the 3 hours that way. I don't know. And Rampage, they got to do something about Rampage. Maybe move it to a different time slot, or I don't know.
I feel like
make it a separate show with a separate title, like draft, almost like.
I was just about to say that. I feel like we've been saying it for a while, is that AEW just needs maybe one more title.
Yeah.
Maybe something to another goal for guys to reach for. Like, yeah, make a title specifically for Rampage.
Yeah. When you have that many people, you know what I mean? You can't all chase 2 titles, TNT and World. You might need another one.
And you know what I would like to see is somebody who's not part of Team Taz winning the FTW championship.
That would be cool too.
Like throw like a little feud in there, you know? Like say if Jay Lethal beat him for
I
it.
was hoping he would have.
He beat him for it. He's keeping it hostage. They want it back. You have plenty of things. You could put Jay Lethal against everybody on Team Taz.
Yeah.
Make that a little well known, you know?
Yeah.
You could put him against Powerhouse Hobbs, Ricky Starks, Hook. Like those are potential matches right there that
Yeah.
you're just not doing anything with.
And,
Jay
like,
Lethal's another guy we don't really see.
I know, man. That sucks too, because I was pumped for him. Like,
Yeah.
it sucks, but I mean, because we love AEW, and I'm assuming everybody who's watching this also loves AEW. But we're not going to pretend like there's nothing wrong with the company. They definitely have a lot of things that they need to fix or work on or tweak or adjust or something. So we're not just going to sit here and be like, no, absolutely perfect show. No, that's not how it is. But I mean, it's definitely way more. I get excited to watch.
Yeah.
And like my T texted me yesterday early in the day, and she was like, I'm excited for AEW tonight. And I'm like, whoa. And I was like, really? And I was like, that's the hottest thing you've ever said to me. Yeah, because it's really cool. It's like, someone who's coming in, not really a wrestling fan, who can't wait to watch a program. Like, she's never said that about WWE. And we've stopped watching WWE long ago. You know what I mean? Now it's AEW, and she can't wait for Wednesdays.
We said it from maybe a couple episodes in. We're just like, oh, they're bringing in all these people. Like, what are they going to do with everyone? And I was just like, maybe they're bringing them in because they give other people time off from different shows.
Right,
and
yeah.
bring them in. But it's actually being an issue right now. We love AEW. I love it a whole lot better than WWE. But, like, I feel like as time goes on and the more signings become, it's like we're just trying to question what are they trying to aim at right now. Are they trying to run their own Royal Rumble or something like that eventually? I don't know. I mean, I hope not. They already have that whole
Casino Battle Royal thing?
Yeah. They have that, which maybe next year there's another signing, and
they will be.
He enters as the Joker, and
all the time.
we won't see him for another month.
Yeah. I don't know. I love the show, but they got to work on something here. Release some people or get an extra hour or something. I don't know. Something needs to happen with AEW. Before we go, we got to talk about the Punkin and MJF, segment. How do you feel about what MJF was saying? Because I'm not saying it's not a true story, but a lot of people are feeling sorry for him and everything. I feel like he's working everybody, dude. I feel like he's doing this to get in the mind of Punk, and everybody's like, "Oh no, that was real." I love him, and I'm not saying it wasn't real, but knowing MJF, I feel like he's just doing this to get in Punk's head, and then turn around and flip it and be like, "Oh, screw all of you." You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I don't know.
Most likely that's what's happening.
Yeah.
When he came out, it completely threw me for a curve. Like he came out, I was like, is he crying?
I know, yeah.
I was like, is he crying right
Before
now?
he even got to the ring.
Yeah, and so I don't think it's real. I think that the stars somehow aligned for him to make a story up for it to make it believable. Oh, I did meet him or whatever, but then he was just like, well, maybe I can do something with this, and I feel like the timeline just lined up perfectly for him.
Yeah. Well, dude, I'm telling you, I hope it's real, because he's out there saying words like Jew boy, and I'm like, that's not going to go well with a lot of people. I know he's Jewish.
If it's coming from a Jewish person.
I know, but I mean, he threw it out there a lot. I'm like, damn. He's out here just throwing Jew boy around.
I mean, they're throwing quarters at him and everything.
I think it was real. I think all that was real. I just
Really?
feel like I don't think he was trying to get sympathy from everybody, but it worked.
I feel like some of the things were real. Some of it.
Yeah.
Not all of it. Like, maybe he did get bullied in high school. Maybe they did call him Jew boy. Maybe they threw quarters at him. But I don't think because of CM Punk he got into the wrestling business. I don't think so.
That maybe not. I don't know. But all I know is that this program is awesome. I would like to do less with a little less talking between the two. I know they're kind of stretching because they're trying to get to Revolution, but yeah, we don't have to. That's the one thing about AEW. Their pay-per-views are once every 3 months or something. So some of the rivalries, it feels like they're a little long, and that's a lot of talking, and it's like you want to see more fighting. But yeah, another match I can't wait for is that collar match. I mean, dude, AEW's pay-per-view from top to bottom so far I mean, the ladder match. We didn't even talk about the ladder match. All the big boys in there, and then you got Ricky Starks thrown in there. I was like, I had a feeling it was just all gonna be big dudes. I was like, dude, you got Powerhouse Hobbs, you got Keith Lee. Who's the third one I'm thinking of here? I'm blanking on it. There's all 3 big dudes so far in that match. Oh, wasn't that Luchasaurus? Oh, Wardlow. Wardlow was the other one.
Wardlow.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden, freaking Starks got thrown. I thought 10 was gonna win last night. I was like, if we're gonna keep this whole thing going, all the big dudes, but Ricky Starks won. I'm glad he won, but that's pretty cool.
I want them to break up Wardlow with MJF already.
Yeah, it's coming. Honest. Maybe the dog collar match. It's coming, dude. It's coming because Wardlow is over right now. Everybody loves him.
Isn't the Face of Revolution match where like they reach out for that giant Sonic ring?
I think they did away with that, but yes, it was that. Okay. Maybe it is the Sonic ring still. I hope it's not. I hate that thing, dude. The brass ring, dude. Yeah. But I think it gives them a TNT title match, not a World Heavyweight. Oh. But I'm not sure. I can't remember. But yeah, that's all. I mean, that's all for me. Are you good?
I feel like we covered pretty much a lot.
We got a lot.
You know, for sure, if any of you guys missed that episode, you got the whole thing right here.
Sorry about that. Yeah. We probably should have said. I mean, we should have said something.
It's kind of their fault.
It'll be in the title. It's a review.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's kind of their fault because they see the title.
Yeah. No, but hey, appreciate you sticking around if you've watched this far into the video. Remember to hit subscribe and like if you haven't already. And the more likes this video get, the more it populates on YouTube, that more it can reach more people. So that would be super great if you guys could reach out and help us out with that. I mean, we appreciate everybody watching, and it's cool to see subscriber counts go up. It's like something that we're not used to doing because we're new to this. So thanks for watching, and leave comments if you like the show, and
your comments will be heard.
Yeah, for sure, man. We'll get back to you guys and everything. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, that's it for me. Before we go, we always got to do this. There's one thing we got to let everybody at home watching know, and that is Tony Khan loves you. He does.